Telling it like it is. Dave Scholler here, telling it like it is. A little hodgepodge. Got a lot going on in the sports world. First, just wanted to start off with couldn't be happier for Giannis Antetokounmpo in this world of loaded teams. He re-signed with Milwaukee, took the harder road, and it paid off. And he'll have that forever now, and that's a great thing. Really happy for Giannis. I have to say, though, Middleton, great job by him. Lopez has improved so much as a player since he's come in the league. They missed DiVincenzo, but Connaughton stepped up. That was huge. Obviously, Holiday great on defense. Just great stuff by the Milwaukee Bucks. Great contributions off the bench. 16 points the other night off the bench. So it's just great stuff by the Bucks. And the Suns, it's gonna be tough. The West is rough, but so is the East. So we'll have to see if they get back. Might have a finals next year without them getting back because the injury plays so much part of it. But what Giannis did on a hyperextended knee is truly amazing. No load management for him. That's why I'm such a big fan. The draft's coming up. Kay will be the Cunningham sweepstakes, but it's a good draft. It's a draft that I'm looking forward to. I believe it's on the 29th. Free agents this year. Woo. Well, Collins from Atlanta. It's restricted. Certainly a good player. I think I would take any kind of good money they throw at me if I was these guys because this CBA that's coming up eventually next year or two. I think the salaries are going to go backwards because the league has lost some money in some respects as far as TV deals and things of that nature. Kyle Lowry, obviously, an attractive candidate, solid player, but again, I'm not giving him a long-term deal. Those legs have been through a lot. DeMar DeRozan for a team that needs a scorer, not bad. I could see them having some success with him. Of course, the big prize is Leonard. All right, so he has got a player option to stay in LA, but we'll see what he does. You can never read him, so none of us will know. Ball is the most interesting one to me. I think he's the one that's the most curious of all the players because we just don't know still what he is. I think the Lakers gave up on him too quickly. I know they got AD for that, but Ball, I think you got to give him another look. I think that him coming to the Knicks is a rumor, but at the same time, I don't know. We'll have to see. It's going to be a tricky one. Drummond, I still think has something left in the tank, a shorter deal. The wild card is Schroeder, who obviously has made some crazy statements, so he's definitely not worth the money he's looking for. To a lesser extent, we got Holmes, Hardaway, Powell, Brown, and Batum. All right, but we'll see. Hardaway got 18 million. Powell, Brown, and Batum are good players. Batum, especially, a very important, very good player. So this can be interesting. So the NBA, hopefully they get a little bit healthier for the Olympic run. Speaking of the NBA, and have a better showing. And you need to get some health though right now. I think they're gonna have to add some guys to the roster. It just doesn't seem like there's enough bodies right there right now. We keep losing guys. So I still feel like they should cancel this whole thing right now. If they're worried about such a spread and the people of Japan are not happy about it, why not just bag it for a later time? Push it back. Push it back to next summer if you have to. So I know there's a lot of money invested in that, but the people of Japan, where they're hosting it, aren't even excited about it. So for me, you could push it back. It's not a big deal. I know people are going to lose money, but at the same time, I don't know if the people are not going to show up. It's even a bigger loss of money. On the update the other day, I did the podcast about the changing face of college athletics. Well, now it's trickled down to high school. The Images license. Mikey Williams, New York prep school star, is playing his high school basketball down in North Carolina. Signed a multi-million-dollar deal today. This is going to be something that even very good high school players are going to be looking to get if you have an X amount of followers, and Mikey Williams has over 5 million followers. So this is going to make, again, trying to deal with a 17-year-old head on a player is never easy. I've been doing it my whole life. To then have a situation where they're going to make money, which the rule allows, it's just going to make coaching so much more difficult. I mean, like I said, the biggest fear is, hey, why are you late to practice? Well, I was outgrowing my brand and selling a T-shirt. It's just, we've really opened up Pandora's box here, and it'll take years to see all the damage that this has done. And again, I still think the education is the one that suffers the most because most of these guys are not making money, and they'll think they should be making money. There'll be more bitterness and more, I'm not getting mine than ever before. So it's going to be very frustrating. On the rate of the Oakland Athletics, Man on third, less than 2, big problem. Right now in that stretch of 17 games we talked about, we're 500 teams are over you're playing against. We're 3-2 so far. We took 2 for the Angels, very mature win on Tuesday, so that was nice. But we still need to get better. No doubt about that. We got to pick it up. Trade deadline in Major League Baseball, very exciting. It's coming up. And you can't do anything after July 31st. It's different than years past. Whit Merrifield's a very attractive prospect for me. I would love to see the A's pick him up. I don't know who we have to jettison to do that. Trevor Story is, I don't know. It's going to be too expensive for me. It's a rental. Gallo and Cruz I am interested in. Gallo for his leftiness, obviously, but he's a strikeout guy, and we already have too many guys to strike out. Cruz, I think, is the solid one. But again, if you're one of those people that worries about being too righty or too lefty, well, then maybe Cruz wouldn't be good for the A's, but I don't worry about it. As long as the ball goes over the fence, I don't care where it comes from. Kimbrel is the prize pitching prospect so far because a lot of teams need closers. I think the Dodgers and Phillies are going to be aggressive there. I think the Mets might be aggressive there too. Bryant, Rizzo, and Baez as the Cubs decide if they want to have a fire sale or not. I mean, Bryant is such a talent. Baez and Rizzo, obviously great players. There's a rumor that Rizzo is looking at the Red Sox at first base. So that is going to be very good. The Marlins have Marte, Frazier with the Pirates. The guy I really find out if the Nationals think they're in it or not. What are you going to do with Scherzer? I mean, Max Scherzer certainly would be such an upgrade to any rotation coming down the stretch here in this playoff push and into the playoffs. Max is you give him the ball, you're going to get a great effort. So Max is the guy that is really going to be exciting to watch because you just don't know what you're going to get out of him. But I think it's going to be you do know what you're going to get if you get him. But what are the Nationals going to do with Max Scherzer? Gibson from the Rangers has been very solid. And, of course, Josh Donaldson, old friend of us Oakland A's fans. I think that, the Twins are going to be looking to dump. I think that there's going to be some players available. Going to be some great opportunities out there. Hey, my lighting's off today. My video is going to be a little bit shoddy, but that's all right. So in looking back, I just think that, the Mets have a distinct advantage here. And I've said this to all my Met buddies here in New York. Their owner's the only owner that didn't lose any money last year. He didn't own the Mets last year, and so he didn't suffer any significant economic losses. So for me, him being A, the richest owner, and B, not suffering any losses, I feel like it's a natural that they're going to be aggressive when the deadline comes. And we're pretty much in the deadline now. I mean, here we are. We're on, the 22nd of July. So for me, we're already active. And I think they're just waiting for the first shoe to drop here. I mean, there's been some movement. A little bit of movement here, but nothing earth-shattering. But I guess when Kimbrel and Bryant come off the board, maybe Story and Gallo, we'll know that we're in it. And then, of course, like I said, we got to really watch what goes on with Max Scherzer because to me, obviously he's the best starting pitcher in there, and Gibson would be a nice one also. But, Scherzer is a difference maker. And but you got to see what you want to give up. And he's a free agent. So are you willing to take that chance? Are you willing to think that you're in it? Are you willing to give up prospects maybe to rent a guy? And then are you going to commit money? And after a year where you've lost money, so all the teams lost money last year, except for the Mets owner. So you're going to commit to that long term. Okay. Are you going to be the one that commits to that? Then, of course, you have the guys coming back off the DL. Is Syndergaard going to come back for the Mets? We already saw Sale is back for the Sox. Right, so you get these guys back late. It's like an extra pitcher you get back in the lineup. I mean, Dodgers have some injuries. White Sox have some injuries. So you're going to get these guys back. And this is going to be something to watch. It's like picking up a free agent at the deadline in a lot of ways. And then, of course, Carrasco also for the Mets. So this is going to be exciting. So it's like picking up a free agent. The baseball trade deadline is always exciting. Some good races this year. The NL teams have a tricky thing to answer, though. The NL wildcards are probably both going to come out of the West. So if you're these other teams in the Central and the East, like the Phillies, like the Nationals, how hard are you going to push the Braves? And the Braves have shown some interest here. How hard are you going to push? Because the wild card, I don't think that's going to happen. Giants, Dodgers, and Padres are solid teams. They're going to win their share of games. And there's only 2 wild cards this year. It's not like last year. So we're in a tough situation where what are you going to see? What are you going to do? And that's going to be, am I willing to spend money after I lost to rent a guy? And again, I'm not guaranteed with the wild card. Like for me as an A's fan, I always play the wild card as the magic number. Yeah, I'd like to win a division, but I want to assure that I'm in the playoffs. That's the first logical thing a fan of a team does. By the way, Stony Brook here today. Seawolves, way to go. So the thing is, you have to ask yourself this tough question. Do I have enough resources left? Do I want to give up something for Max Scherzer and play only for a division when the Mets are, say, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 up on me? Because you really only have one option there, and you got to beat several teams out, and you're not going to get the wild card. So this is very tricky. Whereas in the AL, this wild card is a crapshoot, right? The A's are in it, the Yankees are in it, the Blue Jays are in it. I mean, it's really impressive. The Mariners are in it. The Indians are hanging on the edge of it there, and the Angels are, teetering on the edge. So this is going to be really fascinating in the American League. You know that the Red Sox and the Rays are probably going to get in, although the A's are not behind the Rays by much. You know that they're probably going to get in. Obviously, the White Sox are going to get in, and I think the Astros obviously have the best lineup. So I think those three teams are kind of a lock. But, well, four of those teams are a lock. So that really only leaves one spot open. So again, do you want to spend that kind of money if you're an AL team? I know the A's with this tremendously different and difficult ballpark issues really frustrating the hell out of me as an A's fan. I mean, you just wish the A's ownership would be straight with the people of the city. The people of the city rely on it for jobs, and they love their team. And believe it or not, it is a good fan base. I watch them every night for over 20 years on the dish up at 1 a.m. And those fans, I mean, they might not sell out, but they're an enthusiastic group. You always got the horn going. You got the drum going. The fans are into it. And, we just want people to be straight with the answer. I mean, meet them halfway. If you're the ownership, meet them halfway. I don't want to go to Vegas and be a part of a launching pad. They said the clay is, the dirt is even clay/dirt is so much harder out there. The balls even go through the infield at a greater clip. We don't want to become a joke like the Colorado Rockies when the A's have been a great organization for pitching. We don't want to see this become an organization where no pitchers want to go. Now, if you're going to put a top on the top of the stadium, and that changes things, maybe, I'll hear you out. But will that change things? Need a scientist on here to discuss that. But is that going to change things? Maybe it will. But if we're going to have open air in Vegas, the ball's going to fly and we'll become a joke. I don't want to be there. I don't want an A's player who hits 45 home runs in a season to automatically be judged to say, well, he plays in Vegas. I don't want to have that Colorado thing on my back. I don't want that. I want the A's to be the free organization that they are. And I don't want to lose the name Athletics, and I don't want to change the green and gold either. So this is going to be tough. It's going to be a tough situation. And I'm not looking forward to how this turns out. I think the fans and the A's groups I'm in are down about it. And I understand that I don't live there, but I don't want them to move either. So I'd like to keep them there. But at the same time, ownership's got to be fair about this. I don't feel like, Caval's being fair about it. I feel like he's, doing a little two-step here. I mean, just be honest with the people. They signed they voted the deal in the other day, but now the ownership has said, well, it's not a deal we wanted anyway. So even just because you vote yes, doesn't mean we're staying. To me, it sounds like they got their mind made up on Vegas. I hope I'm 1,000% wrong here, because I don't want them to go to Vegas. Like I said, for many reasons. If they did have to go somewhere else, anywhere but Vegas. And actually, I should say no Portland either. We don't want to spend our life in the rain either. I mean, if you want to go to Memphis or, somewhere, Nashville, anywhere. I mean, I'll do that. Nashville, Tennessee, not Memphis. My bad. But, we really need to look into this. But again, so this, and of course, the Olympic women's soccer team got crushed the other day, 3-0. And a lot of groups, a lot of people rooting against them. A lot of people, for different reasons, say, well, it's un-American if you root against them. But to me, it's un-American if I don't stand for the flag of the country that pays to send you there. So to me, I'm not giving you the treatment of what the other American athletes get from me if you're not going to respect our country, but that's just me. You could disagree or agree to disagree, whatever you want to do, but I can't support you if you're not going to stand for the national anthem. But that's one man's opinion, but I have to give it to you because that's what we do here on Telling It Like It Is. And give us a shout out. We're on Spotify. We're also on iTunes. We're on a bunch of things. So make sure you watch. Just don't click like. Give us a watch. Give us a subscribe. It's free. Listen to the whole video. Listen to the whole talk. Get back to us. All right. We're on Facebook. All right. Telling You Like It Is on Facebook. All right. So reach out to me on Facebook. Let me know if you ever want to come on, talk about anything sports. I love having people on. But a lot of people are camera shy. Come on, have fun. Talk about anything you want. At the same time, NFL previews are going to start. So if you know a fan of an obscure team, so I know Jets and Giant fans, I know Viking fans, I know Raider fans, I know Cowboy fans. But if you know a fan of like the Cincinnati Bengals, I could have on for a Bengals preview, or a fan of I don't know. I know a Denver Bronco fan. If you know a Seattle Seahawks fan, someone who can come on and give us a preview, a real fan. I want to have each team have a preview. This is what I'm doing in August. I'm really excited about it. So if you know anybody, reach out. Instant message me. And would love to have you on. I give you the questions in advance. No fear. Come on, have some fun. Really looking forward to the NBA Summer League. That's something that I'm really pumped up about. It's my favorite basketball every year. I love watching the young guys come in, and I love those games. They play their asses off, and it's just so much fun to watch the guys come in and try to raise their game to another level. I'm really looking forward to the NBA Summer League. Really pumped up about that. So again, we got the NBA. Really happy for Giannis and obviously Kareem and Oscar. But and Marcus Johnson, Terry Cummings, Sidney Moncrief, one of my faves, right back in the day there. Junior Bridgman, Bob Lanier, good for all the Bucks there, who always seem to get stuck and come up short. Weren't even getting to the finals. So I'm happy for them. They all get a piece of this title. So all good stuff. And the great Paul McKeskey. Let's not forget Paul McKeskey in there as well. But again, the free agents with the NBA is going to be really exciting. Trade deadline, very exciting. And, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. And like I said, Mikey Williams opening up even at the high school level. So this is going to be wild, wild, wild stuff. So thanks for joining us on Telling It Like It Is. Don't just click like. Give us a listen, man. Talk. Have a good day.